Cool.
And it says we are live. This is Aini Living Conversations 192 sessions that we get together, me and Sacred Blue Heron Woman. I am Julian Catari from Jalapa, Veracruz, and we are making this transmission live to you today. We're going to talk about, I got an echo. Is that from?
I'm not hearing it. Must be from your side.
Yeah, that's probably me. Okay, wait a minute. We got a little.
Yeah. I'm hearing it.
It's the. I'm sorry, I had this tab open. Okay, so here we are, back again. 192 sessions of Aini Living Conversations. This session, we're going to talk about our brand new Freedom Warrior Apprentice program, where we're seeking to gather people that are interested in freedom, interested in becoming the new humanity, the new inhabitants of a matrix-free world, because, hey, the matrix system is going to come down. It's going to collapse. Or while it doesn't, you're going to be suffering in it. So it's time to choose to get out of it. And it's time to become free, and to make also, while we become free, make the earth free, make our Mother Earth free. So to do that, you're going to want to have a whole bunch of information. And to get that information, you need to join the Freedom Warrior Apprenticeship program. And that's what this session is going to be about. Am I right, or am I kind of wrong?
The first part, I don't have enough for the whole session. So
okay.
After we talk about being a Freedom Ranger or Freedom Warrior, we'll talk about how to take off your glasses and see.
Okay. Part of the curriculum, which is, there's a lot of curriculum, and that's what we've been having 192 sessions about, just overseeing everything that is studied here in the OWL Council House, or in the OWL labs, or the...
now it's the Freedom Ranger Medicine Circle apprenticeship.
Okay. Freedom Ranger Medicine Circle.
The OWL Council House is where we'll hold the training, and where we'll also hold our governance meetings, where we govern ourselves.
Okay.
That's what, but
I didn't want to say that. I was wanting to say the investigations lab. I mean, that's what OWL stands for.
Yeah, it is, but that's what the medicine circle is, of these investigations.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, so let's get started with this session, with this information.
So yeah, we might actually, that's a really good idea. I will, instead of going into take off your glasses and see, we're going to talk about the living, the medicine wheel.
Okay.
After that, because why did I switch to now, where did I put that? Oh, there it is, right there. We'll do finding your place. We'll talk about the medicine wheel after this.
Okay. Today, right?
Yeah, today. So first, we're going to start with the Freedom Ranger Medicine Circle apprenticeship, which is, let's go into it. So first of all, what is a Freedom Ranger? We could say it's a Freedom Warrior, a peaceful warrior, or a warrior of light, which comes from Paulo Coelho. Peaceful warrior comes from Dan Millman, or rainbow warrior comes from the indigenous, the Native Americans, who said those who bring this fifth world in are rainbow warriors. I've chosen the word ranger to somewhat demilitarize the concept, because we're not going to war, we're not fighting, but we still need to portray the training and the devotion to freedom that warriors exhibit. And lastly, since the mission given us at birth is to experience love, to receive and give love abundantly, to be in love, and then to be of service, meaning to protect and be guardians and stewards of Mother Earth for our next 7 generations, the term ranger quite applies, because the dictionary definition of ranger is a person responsible for protecting and managing forests.
Okay.
So we get both. And, and we all know the Army has Rangers that are just one step below the Special Forces. So Rangers pretty prestigious. Now, from Chief Sitting Bull, and we're adopting this, for us, warriors are not what you think of as warriors. The warrior is not someone who fights, because no one has the right to take another life. The warrior for us is one who sacrifices himself or herself for the good of others. His or her task is to take care of the elderly, the defenseless, those who cannot provide for themselves, and above all, the children, the future of humanity. And I'm adding to that our resources, our water, our trees, our bird four-leggeds, our winged feathered flyers. Those are part of the defenseless, actually. So to gain this, we're going to tap into Bushido, the soul of Japan, the way of the samurai. In the calling forth of our greatness, embracing the mindset of a warrior ranger is a transformative step. And this mindset is steeply rooted in the traditions of legendary warrior samurais like Miyato Musashi, who was a Japanese swordsman, strategist, and artist and writer who became renowned through his stories of his unique double-bladed swordsmanship and was undefeated in 62 duels. So the tradition is characterized not by aggression, but by resilience, focus, and unwavering discipline. It's a commitment to excellence where challenges are met head-on and every day is approached with a definitive purpose. Adopting this mindset means being physically, mentally, and emotionally prepared. The preparation involves a state of continuous learning and self-improvement. It means staying curious, open to new ideas, and eager to expand one's experiences. This mind is not static. It evolves and adapts, growing stronger with each new challenge faced and each new lesson learned. And really, I mean, the simple fact is, for the last 10 years of farming here, I have had to be a warrior. I've had to be a ranger. It's been constant. So embracing this mindset also involved a balance of humility and confidence. It's about being humble enough to recognize that there's always more to learn and confident enough to apply our knowledge and skills effectively. The warrior's mindset is not about arrogance, but about confidence in abilities and the wisdom to know when and how to use them. It requires being both a student and a teacher, continually learning from others and sharing your knowledge and experiences. And it extends beyond personal development. It influences how you interact with others, contribute to community, and approach your professional life. In relationships, the warrior's mindset emphasizes respect, empathy, and understanding. The warrior or samurai's mindset is about living with purpose and passion. It's a commitment to living life fully, facing each day with courage, and creating our new yet very ancient world of life, equality, abundant love, and unity for all, for eternity. Again, it's about being resilient, disciplined, adaptable, and purposeful. So by adopting the principles of the warrior's attitude, you know you're well-rounded, emotionally mature, and at peace with yourself and your divinity, so that you can handle whatever unfolds in front of you with grace and ease, and not need all the advertisements and shit that we buy to make ourselves feel it. Right? So Bushido, literally, the word Bushido literally means military knight ways. It's a code of moral principles which knights were required to or instructed to observe. It's not a written code. It consists of a few maxims handed down from mouth to mouth or coming from the pen of some well-known warrior. More frequently, it is a code unuttered and unwritten, possessing all the more powerful sanction of a veritable deed and of law written on the fleshly tablets of the heart. It was founded not on the creation of one brain or on the life of a single personage, however renowned. It was an organic growth of decades and centuries of military career. It was sourced from Buddhism, Zen teaching, Shintoism, and more. So Buddhism furnished a sense of calm and knowing that the flow of life would carry one. It was a quiet surrender to the inevitable, that gave a stoic composure in sight of danger or calamity, and what Buddhism failed to give to the samurai, Shintoism offered in abundance. Shinto theology has no place for the dogma of original sin. On the contrary, it believes in the innate goodness and divinity of the human soul, adoring it as the adytum or innermost sanctuary of a temple, from which divine oracles proclaimed. And in fact, in Shinto shrines, the most common decoration is a mirror, so that when you go to the shrine, you see yourself. Because that's what the Oracle of Delphi said: to know God, you must know yourself, or to know, right? So the tenets of Shintoism cover the two predominant features of the emotional life of our race: patriotism and loyalty. And Shinto, our race as humans, not just the Japanese. Shintoism thoroughly imbued Bushido with loyalty to the sovereign and love of country. So there's 7 characteristics of the Bushido samurai that we're not going to go into tonight. This is just the overview.
Okay.
Number 1 is rectitude or justice. Number 2 is courage, the spirit of daring and bearing. And number 3 is benevolence, the feeling of others' distress. 4, politeness. 5, veracity or truthfulness. 6, honor. And 7, the duty of loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
So why the medicine circle? Well, because it's well known in the Native American tradition and everywhere that a circle is complete, whole, round, right? So it brings us all together, and it can be ever expanding. And so this is we're to really find our place in this fabric, time space reality. We'll do it best with the medicine wheel and all these dojo or owl investigations, owl council house investigations we're just shifting the name because we're going to be incorporating a huge medicine wheel around our owl council house or in front of it or something.
Yeah.
We'll get that figured out. So to reclaim the love of living, of being human, of being a woman, of being a man, and to rediscover the magic and joy that life never stops offering us is to find our place in this medicine wheel of life. Walking, talking is life breathing and materializing itself into the motion of the moment so that it can become real. In the beginning was a flash of light in which everything was known and seen. In that moment was the beginning, the end, and everything in between. The original vision came from this being that we call inspiration, and we are that original vision. The flash of light was a circle with a center of heart and a periphery made of beyond. That flash of life is the seed of that flash of light is the seed of life, which is the medicine wheel. The way the medicine wheel or circle of light works is that in each given moment, there is a flash from the center of our heart. It wants to know something that it doesn't know yet. This flash of light goes from the center to the walls of the circle, and in that moment of contact, it pushes the limits of wisdom outward and then swallows the new wisdom and returns to the heart center. It's made up of 2 forms. One form is the fear that it might cease to exist, which is the yang, and the other form is the need for awareness or greater consciousness, and that's yin. And within the medicine wheel, there are corridors in the 4 directions. Each represents an aspect of consciousness. And the medicine wheel is sometimes called the sacred hoop. The symbol of all life cycles has given the people of Native America an evolutionary blueprint for centuries. Each cycle of life is honored then in a sacred way, giving us a way to see the value of each step of our pathway and a new understanding of our growth patterns. And when members share the wisdom gained from this actual experience, the whole nation benefits. The understanding of each person's unique experience is a way for all others to see varied themes on the same lesson and see the equality with the differences. So we enter the circle at one point, and that entrance gives us certain powers or gifts and responsibilities. the starting point is determined by grandmother moon and the month under which we were born. So say you were born between July, 24, 25, and August. We're under the right berries moon now. So that's where you would take your, and it's in the direction of the south under the spirit keeper of the south. So you would take your place in the medicine wheel under the right berries moon and begin your journey around the wheel that way, because that's your birthday. And then each month has a totem with it, an animal token, a mineral, and a plant. So for the right berries moon, we're talking about the sturgeon, the oldest, most primal fish around, the raspberry plant, and the garnet. So, but it's and the clan. This you belong then to the Thunderbird clan, the fire clan. But last month you belonged to the frog clan.
Okay.
Which is interesting because I started the long count with the Mayan calendar, and prior to that, so it came to the two. The second we know, which is UO in Mayan, but it says the book I have about it says it's translated as frog, which that's the frog clan, kind of just tied in together really nicely there. So that's how. So each starting point is governed by elemental clans and the spirit keepers of the directions. We're not limited by our starting position. It is our life's journey to travel around the wheel as far as we can. The essence of the medicine wheel is movement and change. But as I said, the moon or month during which you were born determines your starting point on the medicine wheel and your guides in the animal, mineral, and plant kingdom. So the dates of each moon are approximate, and we have the Earth renewal moon is December 22 through January 19. The snow goose is the animal totem. The birch tree and the quartz crystal are the totems. The color is white, and it's turtle elemental clan. And this moon marks the time when grandfather's son returns from his journey to the south and begins once again to precipitate growth in our Earth Mother and all her children. It begins at the time of the winter solstice. The next moon after that is the rest and cleansing moon. The otter with the otter, the quaking aspen, and silver, and the butterfly clan.
Okay.
After that is the big winds moon, February 19 to March 20, with cougar, plantain, and turquoise as the totems. The color is blue-green, and the frog is the elemental clan. And these three moons are the moons of Wabush, the spirit keeper of the north, if that's pronounced right. These are moons of rest and renewal, the time to contemplate the growth of the previous year and prepare for the growth of the year to come. So the next one is budding trees moon, March 21 through April 19, with the red hop, the dandelion, and the fire opal. The color is yellow, and you're of the Thunderbird clan, which is fire. Frog's return moon is April 20 through May 20, the beaver, the blue camas in the plant kingdom, and the chrysocolla in the mineral, and you are of the turtle clan.
Okay.
Corn planting moon is May 21 through June 30, with the deer, the yarrow, and moss agate. The colors are white and green then, and you're of the butterfly clan. These three moons are the moons of Wabun, the spirit keeper of the east, and they're the moons of awakening growth when grandfather's son begins to illuminate all his children and prepare them to bring proper fruit. So then we come to the strong sun moon, which we just finished in July. The flicker, the wild rose, and the carnelian is with the color pink, and the frog clan.
Okay.
Now we're in the right berries moon until about the 22nd with sturgeon, raspberry, garnet, and iron. And the color is red, and thunderbird elemental clan, which is fire, which is really appropriate because it's hotter than hell right here in Oklahoma now.
Mm-hmm.
The next moon is the harvest moon, August 23 through September 22, with brown bear, violet, and amethyst. The color is purple, and turtle elemental clan again. And these 3 moons belong to Shanodis, the spirit keeper of the south. And these are moons of rapid growth when all the earth comes to flower and bears fruit for that year. This isn't the time to ponder progress, or there isn't time because it's such rapid growth.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one is Duck's Fly Moon, September 23 through October 23. Your animal totem is the raven, plant is mullein, and mineral is jasper. The color is brown, and you belong to the butterfly clan. The freeze-up moon, and this is your moon, right? October 24 through November 21. Snake is your totem. The thistle is your plant. Copper and malachite are your minerals. Your color is black, and you're members of the Thunderbird clan, which is fire. And then the next one is Long Snow's moon, November 22 to December 21. Elk is the animal. Blue spruce, obsidian as mineral, color is black, and again, members of the, I got that, sorry. Freeze-up moon, your color is orange, you're members of the frog. So those, okay, and these 3 moons belong to Mujikawis, spirit keeper of the west.
Okay.
And these are moons to start coming into rest.
Mm-hmm.
Down, shift down from the rapid growth. So each of the 4 directions has special qualities and lessons to teach. And as we travel the medicine wheel and stand in the moons of the different directions, it's important to open ourselves to these lessons for the ones of spirit and power. Each direction has a spirit keeper, which is a spirit being responsible for teaching Earth children the power of the direction. Each direction is associated with the season of the year and the time of day. Each has an animal totem and a color that represents its time and season, and each spirit keeper is responsible for bringing one of the winds to the earth. So to the north, we have the spirit keeper of the Chippewa people called Waboose. Waboose brings the cold northern winds of winter, which purify the earth with their intensity and force. And most of the earth's children spend their time just trying to keep warm, relaxing, and renewing themselves. The season then of Waboose is winter. The daily time is the night when the day creatures lie and sleep, a small death. In human life, the time of Waboose is the older years when the hair becomes like snow. And the animal that is tied to the essence of Waboose is the white buffalo. So the color of Waboose is white.
Mm-hmm.
Waboon brings the warm east winds of spring, which soothe us, tease us, and force ourselves to open to the illumination and wisdom that spring brings us. And of course, the season is spring, when the earth is awakening from the sleep of winter, and the new life which has been preparing itself in the womb of the earth bursts forth. The daily time is the dawn. And in human life, Waboon is youth. The animal is the eagle.
Okay.
Shanodis brings the hot southern winds of summer, which makes us open ourselves totally to the growth that these times can bring. The season is summer, when all of Earth's children grow rapidly, coming to maturity, trusting in the wisdom of the earth that allows them to grow rapidly and mature properly. The time of Shanodis is midday, when the warmth of the sun has helped the buds of dawn to open to the blossoms of the day. And in human time, Shanodis is the time of adulthood, and the animal is the coyote.
Okay.
Mujikawis brings the cool western breezes of the autumn, which help us go within ourselves and find our strengths and weaknesses. The season is autumn, when the growth of summer stops and Earth's children prepare their season of renewal. The daily time is sunset and twilight, and in human life, it's the middle years when people have found their direction. It's a slower time. And the animal tied to the essence of Mujikawis is the grizzly bear.
Mm-hmm.
And now the elemental clans under which we're born tell us of the elements which we most easily relate to and which element we have a particular responsibility for. There are 4 of these clans, as there are 4 basic elements from which Mother Earth is built, and they're earth, water, air, and fire. Turtle is earth, frog is water, air is butterfly. And fire is the thunderbird. Without these, life would not have become and would not continue.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the importance of the medicine wheel. There we go. And then let's talk
So
about.
that's for the freedom apprenticeship. So it's kind of like the medicine wheel of the signs that you're born is very important to know.
Yeah, it helps you find your place in creation.
Mm-hmm.
And like I told you the other day when I was writing for you to prepare for this, right Barry's moon, I got to know my first husband more than I ever knew him when I was married to him, because of the sturgeon traits and the right Barry's moon traits. It was like, oh, that's why he was like that. That's why, right? Oh, wow. Eye-opening. And, once again, this comes from North America, so we'd have to adapt it for other countries and maybe come up with different names for the moons. And there's, it's not a way to ping yourself into, it's just another way to open yourself, especially on this continent, to where we are in this, and how do we live this? How do we understand this better? Why are we referring to this as the medicine wheel, and why the council houses and Native American traditions are all round. So you sit in a circle, so everyone's equal, right? So they're medicine wheels also. And why is the medicine wheel so important? Well, it works because everything works in cycles, or in a circle, because every circle is a seed of new beginnings. Vibration also evolves in a natural order and is continually moving from east, which is the mental, to south, emotional, to west, which is physical, and to north, which is spiritual. Inherent in the medicine wheel is a 5-step process that gives us to make decisions. So this is another important piece of it. We don't know this. I was never taught something like this. Sometimes the entire 5-step process occurs in a split second. Other times we get stuck for months even at the same place within the medicine wheel, and that's always okay. So the direction of the east, the mental, or number 1 on the wheel, is the direction where there is unity in all things, and that's where the inspiration comes in. That's why the houses, that's why the Hogans and the Navajo are facing the east. That's why the door, right? Because the sun comes in through the morning. That's how inspiration from the one life, the cosmic tree of life, God, consciousness, vital Moonai intelligence, whatever we want to call it, comes in through the east. Then we go to the south, the emotional place, which then becomes step number 2, where we deal with polarities or opposites, where we get to review get to know the opposites. And then we move to the west, the physical, which is step 3, the place of reconciliation of the opposites. Then to the north, which is the spiritual, step 4, where one finds direction and purpose. And finally, we bring it to our center, which completes the circle and is the place of transformational possibilities. So using this process for decision making, or for the purpose of resolving problems, allows the free flow of the decision-making process, because the focus is on process and not the decision or the outcome. And that's what we humans get stuck in, that don't know about this. It's what decision is right and what, about the outcome. Whereas if we just followed the process, we wouldn't worry so much, we wouldn't stress so much. So to really live the medicine wheel, understanding the 5-step process is important. And the next piece is the sound vibrations that go with each direction. There are 5 dominant sound vibrations which give sustenance to the soul. These are 5 key vowel sounds that connect us to the spirit world. The consonants connect us to our placement in the physical world. So the vowels are spirit, the consonants are direction. And again, we have the yin and the yang, right? Vowel sounds are spirit. The yin, the yang, I don't know. The direction, consonants, direction, probably yang. So the yin is spirit. So this is why we're really focusing on it being a medicine wheel. So we training to get this help us find our place and really find our true natural self that lies under the bullshit we've been programmed with.
So very effective, and a lot more to come, I guess, for that.
Well, yeah, because we go into we go into the moons and the spirit keepers. So we can talk about the mysteries of the South, since we're in the time of Shana, the spirit keeper of the South. So the sound for the direction of the South is the vowel eh, as in has pronounced in Spanish, not e as pronounced in English. Eh stands for relationship. It is here we learn to deal with all our relationships in life, and ultimately it is here where we understand our relationship with spirit from the beginning and forevermore. The color is white, metaphor for the connection that all frequencies have with each other. And the Y in English, the English word you is pronounced E. This sound is the gate of awareness that bonds or connects us in a grid of the physical world and the spiritual world of ideas. So symbolically, when I say you, I am saying that at the moment, you are the doorway for me to evolve to my place of higher spiritual awareness. When we look at it that way, it makes the other very important. I went to town today and I was eating at the restaurant. I was sit at the bar because I can always have good conversations usually when I sit at the bar as opposed to at a table. And the bartender was talking with these 2 guys, and one of them was divorced and she's divorced, and they were both saying there will never be another relationship. And I had to keep my mouth shut, because it's like, you're always in relationship with somebody. You guys are in relationship with each other right now. Right? But we don't understand that. And this whole concept of you, at this moment, you are my doorway to evolve, and I am your doorway to evolve. It takes another person to make me a possibility. It takes another person to make you a possibility. So when 2 people are in relation to each other, these 2 sets of vibrations begin to hit against each other, and in that interaction, both are changed and lifted. So the E sound in you from the Y recognizes the other person as a doorway for me, and the U in you recognizes that the relationship we are forming is a container for both of our energies to be carried, like glass carries water, to nurture the soul of each of us. Then take ooh-ee. This sound combination in English means we. In French, it's we. How do you say it? O-U-I?
We.
We. Something, yes, which means yes. So as soon as one of us says we are also saying yes.
They don't like to make the sound of E. So they don't like. So some people say we, and they don't like that. It's like it's gotta be way.
Yeah.
That's for French, though. I don't know for Canadians.
Right. Well, we're just using the example of, right. So the ooey vibration moves us then to higher consciousness, or an expanded consciousness. In the same way we are moved up when we give away what we have in order to receive. At the same time, it affirms or says yes to our relationship, recognizing that as many people come together, we are all lifted, which is how it should be. But more often than not, we're putting each other down.
Mm-hmm.
So the fastest way to achieve a higher state of consciousness in the beginning of creation was for many ideas, no matter how diverse they were, to come together and to be in relationship with one another. So as we belong to a large planetary family as a body of people living together on planet Earth, we are automatically going to achieve higher consciousness faster because we are made of many ideas in relationship with that of community. We came together here because we wanted to evolve beyond the ordinary life we were living as individuals. And that is one of the biggest pieces of this medicine circle training, the apprenticeships, is to get out of the surrogate life we're living, because we're all living a surrogate life, somebody else's, as our high school counselors, guidance counselors encouraged us to live. And what makes us money. So the people means vibration and represents life on the skin of Mother Earth. Because we live on her skin, we automatically are destined to evolve to higher forms. And I don't like that word. More complex. That's what it is. More complex and more whole and more complete. Because skin or vibration is synonymous with liftingness, but we're also lifting each other. Right? We're the wind beneath each other's wings. So we are automatically being lifted just because we are on the skin of the earth, which is made up of ideas that are being cultivated and integrated into new designs by Mother Nature. The position of the South on the medicine wheel also represents our emotional body. Emotional awareness is the awareness of our feelings, and the eh sound shows the relationship between one aspect and another aspect, between differences from one another. The eh of the South is your relationship with your lover, your relationship with all the people in your life, and the invisible as well as the visible. The South is for the purpose of carrying one another in a loving way. Think of yourself as a single idea resonating, so that instead of the whole tree, you see the limbs or the trunk. Or in a situation, you focus on a particular point of view rather than an overview. And so then what can happen is that we get stuck in duality and judgment or confusion, or an inability to decide because we are in a state of separation from our true self. And then from the South, next moon, we'll jump to, we have another moon with Shanodis, and then we jump to the reconciliation in the West.
Okay. And what's for the next session? What should we talk about?
Let's talk about taking off our glasses and seeing.
Oh, we're going to do that today, but I guess for the next one.
Yeah.
This was pretty long. We went into the more details about the current moon, which is great to know.
You want to talk about Right Berry's moon?
That's a coming one?
That's what we're in right now, what we just hit.
Okay. Yeah, let's hear it. A little bit about it.
Okay. Right Berry's moon. There we are. So people born under this moon have garnet and iron as their mineral totem. The plant totem is the raspberry, and the animal totem is the sturgeon. The color is red, and they belong to the Thunderbird elemental clan. Since red is the color of sturgeon people, it is this color of garnet that is most often associated with this moon. And the other mineral is iron, one of the hardest minerals. It is the mineral that brings cultures to the threshold of the technological age and gives us the new tools that often destroy our old cultures and traditions. Iron does mix well with other minerals and is often responsible for the red color of various gems. It is also the central ion in our hemoglobin molecule, which our body depends on for survival. So like the minerals, the sturgeon people can be found in a wide variety of forms and settings, because garnet can be found in many different colors and varieties of settings. I just didn't go into that. Sturgeon people have common characteristics that make them easy to identify. Like the garnet, sturgeon people are often identified with their hearts, which tend to be large and affectionate and magnanimous. Sturgeon people tend to work from their heart centers, so they're intuitive, perceptive people. And because of their perception and sensitivity, they have the ability to do and say things that can penetrate straight to the heart of their friends and enemies. Like the garnet, sturgeon people are usually regal in their bearing and attitudes, and usually associate it with sexual energies because of their charm and affection. So from the garnet, you can learn to balance and control these energies so you will not be consumed by them. And like the mineral totems, people of the Ripe Berries moon, the sturgeon people, are useful in a wide variety of ways. They're usually doers who will literally go where angels fear to tread. A sexual energy, this, my first husband, yeah, very much so. If you have a difficult task, an impossible job, a truly fearsome responsibility that no one wants to accept, turn to a sturgeon person. They're courageous and quite willing to prove it. Yeah. Versatile and can fit in anywhere. Just make sure you believe in what you are doing so that you do it well for the sturgeon people. And since, I mean, these are pronounced in people born under that moon, but since we live the circle, these are all aspects of ourself we can get to know, that we can bring out in ourselves. So from iron, we get a certain hardness and ability to be tempered by our experiences in life. Our association with this mineral further accentuates our connection with blood and heart. It also accounts for the sweeping changes that the sturgeon person can bring. The plant for those born during this Ripe Berries moon is the red raspberry. And actually, the raspberry is not a berry at all. It's an aggregate of about 20 juice drupelets. So from the plant, sturgeon people can find validation of their status because, like the raspberry, you will be sought out for the enjoyment that you can provide. Sturgeon people, like their juice druplet or berry, can often appear to be one way when under the surface you're actually something quite different. Some raspberry sturgeon people appear to be all bombastic aggression and thorny, and this is just a way of protecting the soft heart. Others appear to be all warmth and affection but have thorns underneath. Beneath the surface, they're very sensitive, and because of the perception, they can easily feel what others are feeling. So in periods when a sturgeon person, raspberry person is out of balance, they can plot very elaborate revenges. Being born under the Ripe Berries moon, the second moon of Shanodis, adds to the warmth of their external nature. The Ripe Berries moon is one of openness, when all of Earth's children are fully opening themselves to Grandfather Sun and bringing forth the fruit they are supposed to bear. Because of the Thunderbird, being of the Thunderbird clan adds to the warmth of sturgeon people and to the stability of nature that they most often display to the world. Their clan membership increases their energy and their ability to successfully do a number of things at once. This also increases their necessity of being careful to not overextend themselves. So the color is red, which signifies the high physical energy, the natural power, the abundance of vital life force, and the strong will sturgeon people have. It's also the color of the heart and blood, and again emphasizes that connection. The sturgeon is the king of fishes. It's an old and primitive fish that has probably existed on Earth since about the time dinosaurs have disappeared. It comes in a variety of sizes depending on its location and species, and can reach 12 feet in length and 300 pounds in weight. The sturgeon has rows of bony plates on his body, making him look like a knight who did not have enough time to finish putting on his armor. Fishermen have said that if sturgeons were completely covered with their plates, it would be necessary to skin them with an axe. Mm-hmm. They have a long snout with the mouth on the underside and 4 barbels or sense organs on the underside of their snout. Their skeletons are mainly cartilage, and they live in the mud bottoms off of the coasts. They reach sexual maturity at about 20 years of age, and then the females spawn in spring or early summer. So they don't lay eggs till they're 20 years old.
Mhm.
She lays 2 million or more eggs and does not spawn every year. The sturgeon is rare now because we have fished it almost to extinction for its roe, which is caviar. That's where caviar comes from, is the sturgeon.
Mhm.
So like your animal totem, people of the Right Berries moon tend to be the ruler of whatever waters they inhabit. They seem to be born to lead and are usually fair and benevolent leaders, as long as their energies are flowing smoothly. Their inner strength and clairvoyant abilities help them in knowing what others need and how to give those things to them. They have an unending source of inner strength and depth of feelings as long as they remain harmonious with life. But like the sturgeon, they have tough armor that's difficult to cut through. So they have to teach themselves to take off armor. And maybe some of us need to learn how to put on that sturgeon armor too, a little bit.
Hmm.
Sturgeon children have to have limits put on them when they are young, so they won't wear themselves out before they learn to handle the vital energies that flow through them. These limits can be withdrawn as soon as they are able to handle their energies, or they will rebel in flamboyant and painful ways. They must learn early that domination is a form of greed. And sturgeon people make warm and loving parents, but they will often try to dominate their kids to the point where the kids have no space to develop their own natures. When people who are born under other totems are passing through the Right Berries moon, they can learn about the vital powers that flow through them, sometimes unnoticed. They can learn of the depths of their own courage and strength, and they can experience themselves as leaders of whatever things they are involved in at that time. So that's some of the what we can learn. All of those, not all of us, those of us not born under the Right Berries moon can learn.
Okay. Wow, but we're not going to go into every single moon.
No. We don't
Okay.
have time for that.
So what would be for the next week's conversation?
We'll talk about taking off your glasses to see.
Oh, you said that. Yeah, I stopped. 'Cause I got taken away with the circle of moons. Okay, so that was quite a show and quite some information, and this is a way to launch our new revised, updated version of the Freedom Apprenticeship apprentice program, Freedom Ranger, Freedom Warrior. And we've cleared that it's not about war, it's not about violence. Quite the contrary, it's about taking care of those who can't take care of themselves.
Yes.
And the system we live in is designed to kill a lot of things, to destroy, to take away, to discriminate, right?
Yeah, well, see, that's the big difference. So we talk about the Incas, who is our foundation, right? Because they were the last oligarchic government to ever make sure all of their citizens had adequate food, water, shelter, right? So they had a crap ton of governors, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the biggest difference. In their oligarchic civilization, they did not criminalize people for becoming homeless and not having food to eat. What did they do to the governor? They killed the governor. It's your problem. Mm-hmm. You didn't supply them adequate. Mm-hmm. In our civilization, we get our asses put in jail for being homeless and fined.
Yeah.
See the big difference?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And they're going to push this civilization as far as they can. So it's up to you to choose to get out of that. And if you're looking for an opportunity to do so, then you're in the right place. AlohaNidauLiving.com is the website. There you can check out a lot more information. And we're here to respond to any message or any submission that you might wish to apply for. Anything else? Shall we close the show? Say goodbye to everyone and wish them waterfalls of blessings for everyone.